I guess that everyone in their life would like to do something worthwhile.
Hailed as the father of modern animal welfare, activist Brian Davies grew up in a small coal mining village in Wales. He spent much of his childhood with his grandparents as a war refugee. His family was poor, and he felt the bite of winter and the fear of hunger often.
The house had electrical wiring that had been cut off because my grandmother couldn't afford it. There was no television, there were no books.
In 1955, he moved to Canada, looking for a better life.
I was in the Canadian Army at this point and lived in Canada. And somebody came to the door with a little dog that had been injured. And so I took it to the local SPCA, Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Poor thing had to be put down, but I said, look, any time in the future that you need someone to help, and I was offered a job.
Brian left the army and was later asked by the Canadian government to embark on an expedition to witness what was then being called the humane treatment of seals.
That's another one for sure. That's the second boat.
In 1966, he saw the seal hunt for the first time.
We went by helicopter, and I get out, and as I get out, I look, there's a seal being skinned alive. I kid you not. And the poor little animal turns its eyes to me and looks at me as its belly was being ripped open with a knife. That was the end of the seal hunt for me.
When they returned from the ice, the other observers provided suggestions about how to make the hunt more humane.
Brian said, no, there is no way this can be made humane.
As many as 600,000 seals.
If you have to kill seals and you have to beat them to pieces with a club.
It's a mass slaughter.
It was in this moment that he became a champion for the seals.
Shame on you, Tom.
Over the course of several years, battling the Canadian government, facing death threats from the seal hunters, being falsely sent to jail on trumped-up charges, and surviving an apparent assassination attempt, he founded the International Fund for Animal Welfare, or IFAW, as a powerful voice to end Canada's commercial seal hunt. Brian revolutionized the exposure of animal cruelty by taking camera crews and celebrities onto the ice.
It was essentially the first time that animal welfare was looked at by the media.
The world simply could not ignore the violence of the seal hunt any longer. The media became a powerful tool that Brian has used with staggering success to this day. During this time, he met Gloria, a beautiful young animal activist.
When I saw Glory, it was love at first sight, I can tell you that.
He was my hero. I was a member of his organization, and he actually wanted to come and meet me. So I was just over the moon.
Little could they have known back in 1976 how great their achievements together would be. In 1997, Brian handed over the reins of IFAW, which was now operating in more than 40 countries around the world. Over 2.5 million seals had been saved. He then started two new organizations, Network for Animals and the Political Animal Lobby, or PAL. PAL's objective is to influence policymakers on animal welfare issues. Fox hunting with hounds ended as a result of a strong campaign with the Labour Party in 1996. Brian continues to fight the cruel and pointless UK badger cull. PAL and Network for Animals push policymakers to pass and enforce laws against the dog meat trade in the Philippines, baby elephant trafficking in China, and to improve the welfare of dogs and cats in Turkey, Croatia, Greece, Serbia, Montenegro, Uruguay, Thailand, Jordan, and Italy. In South Africa right now, they are financing anti-poaching patrols. The scale of impact is staggering. Network for Animals is a hands-on, on-the-ground organization, rescuing animals when no one else will. Tens of thousands of animals have been saved and cared for across the world, and the organization is now one of the fastest growing animal welfare organizations in the world. Brian is 84 years old, but he's still tirelessly on the move. Recently, he and Gloria contributed again to the most successful elephant conservation effort in Africa by offering critical support that made financially possible the relocation of a 27-strong elephant family in the Addo Elephant National Park in South Africa.
They're pretty happy about it, aren't they?
Their love for animals takes them and their team to South Africa to protect wildlife and support local animal rescue and shelters. To Greece to help with dogs abandoned in the aftermath of a financial crisis. And to Santorini to end the mistreatment of donkeys forced to haul tourists up and down a mountain all day with no food or water. To Turkey to fight the abuse and dumping of street dogs there. To Montenegro and Montevideo to help shelters. To Serbia to save animals destined to die, to Argentina to expose a zoo for drugging and abusing the animals. They have also exposed the donkey genocide in Africa, where Chinese traders are killing donkeys in the tens of thousands each year to use their skins in phony medicines. And the Philippines, where Network for Animals is a distinguished leader in protecting dogs and horses. Just like Brian and Gloria's love for each other, their love for animals will last forever. When facing the question of retirement, Brian always answers, "I'll continue until I drop dead while fighting animal injustice." And we believe him. We also believe that Gloria will carry their dream and vision into the future, and that the passion and loyalty ignited in the hundreds of thousands of Network for Animals supporters will continue to grow and expand until animals all over the world are treated with the love and respect they deserve. This has always been Brian's dream.
If I had it to do again, would I do it again? In a heartbeat.